Your own worst enemy for growth on YouTube is actually you. Or for me, it is actually me. It's hard to think that it's this way, and it's maybe crazy to think that it's this way. But you know, a lot of the times when it comes to growth on YouTube, it's you who are the problem, not YouTube, the algorithm, or anything else. I have a list here of things that I've done wrong. And I know I see so many creators in my size, you know, the 10, sub 10,000 or like about 10,000 subscribers do wrong. And that keeps us at this level. This video I'm making right now is for you, but it's also for me to watch again, to tell myself what I'm doing wrong right now, because I want this to go out of my head and go into some sort of journal so that I know that I actually know what I'm doing wrong. I know it right now, and you might be doing this wrong too. The first mistake that I keep doing and that I've kept doing for so many times on YouTube is that you are impatient for the first views to come on a new YouTube channel, and then you start telling someone. And there are so many things wrong with this, and I'm just going to, maybe you've heard some of this before. You've maybe heard that you want the YouTube algorithm to find the viewers for you so that you don't get your mom and your dad or your best friends views, because they might not be interested in the same things that you're targeting. That's not the only thing. There is also a more, what you call, psychological thing with not telling someone. By not telling anyone, you are keeping yourself in the stage that you haven't actually made enough YouTube content yet. There is also the problem with, I have a hard time explaining this, but if you go around and keep telling people that you are making YouTube content and that you want to be a YouTuber and you want to create YouTube content, then somehow your mind get convinced that you have already done this, that you are already in the progress of making it on YouTube. Instead, do not talk to anyone about it. Maybe you can find someone who is like you online to talk to them about creating content on YouTube and talk to your problems on YouTube. Do not share your YouTube channel with anyone, not even those people who you're seeking help with. If you're in some sort of a program or a cohort or some sort of course where you can get feedback one-to-one and so on, it doesn't really hurt to have one person. And if you're looking at their content, like if you have like a brainstorming group and you are looking them, but please make them watch it maybe in an incognito, or even better, send them the videos without sending them on YouTube so that you don't screw with the YouTube algorithm. So one thing about telling them is that you don't want the YouTube algorithm to get screwed and to get it wrong. But the main thing here is that you don't want to convince yourself that you've already made it on YouTube just because you have told people that you want to make it on YouTube. This is actually the same problem there is in so much entrepreneurship, that people are talking so much about the idea that they want to make, the business they want to make, that it somehow they got convinced themselves that they made this idea, that they have this idea, and when they see somebody else making a business about the same idea, it's just like they stole my idea. No, you actually never started a company, you never got off your boot, you never did anything about it. Get started on YouTube. Make the first 100 videos and still don't tell anyone. Make YouTube be the one that find your audience for you. Number 2 on my list that I keep doing wrong is that I have a YouTube channel where I do reviews, tech reviews, like on cameras, like on this one, and on headphones and on keyboards and so on. And already you can hear my mistakes here. I have camera reviews, I have lenses, I have headphones, keyboards, and I also had a video where I decorated my office. I talk about supplements, and I even had a video about stretching and also a video about how to grow on YouTube. That channel is all over the place. I'm close to 3,000 subscribers on that channel, but I have like several videos, maybe 10, 20 videos or something, even more, over 10,000 views. And I even have some videos over 100,000 views. All of those videos are tech related, like a broad related thing with like headphones and home office things. But the thing is, every time I make a video that is a hit on that channel, then I make a video, maybe the next video is a 200 or 300 view channel. This is because I keep doing this wrong. I keep making videos that's not for the same person. It's not that it's not the same niche. You don't have to be talking about the same headphones or the same camera all the time. You have to talk to the same person sitting on the other side of this content. You have to describe this person in front of you that you want to target. Like this content I'm making right now, the person that I want to target, who I want to target, is a grown-up who also wants to do YouTube on maybe the side or maybe as a full-time job. I'm not doing it as a full-time job. I'm doing it on the side. So I'm really hoping to find someone else who are the same as me, who maybe you are also a small creator, or maybe you're not even started yet, someone who can relate to my journey, to my part of the progress. And back to my review channel here, I did these mistakes all the time because someone who is interested in headphones for about $100 or $50 could also be interested in gaming keyboard and peripherals that fits the same market. But they would not be interested in a camera for $3,000 because that's a very specific type of person. That's not even all content creators, or that's not even all photographers. That's a very niche product. So reviewing products like that is just not something that fits to the channel. And going on to say make a list of my favorite photography gear is not something that fits that list either. So that's some of my mistakes that I make. If I go back and review my channel right now, then this is also a tip for you, but a tip for myself. I can see all the photography gear, which something that I interested in the most. It's just something that I can't seem to connect with on people. But if I do my general gear sims that people might be generally interested in, I tend to hit the mark. And something you to take away from this is that when you do content, think about the person who are watching this. And when you do the next video down the line, is that same person that you just did a video for, is that same person interested in your next video? It doesn't have to be the same product that you did before, or the same, if you're making a video about mowing your lawn, then you don't actually have to make something about the lawn still, but the same kind of person who watched this video, at least 80% of them, 70% of them should be interested in your next video. So my next problem on the list is that you right now maybe have given up too early in your journey. And that's sometimes when you are made 5, 6, 7, 10, even 20 videos and you're saying, oh, I don't get more than 14 views on my content or 40 views on my content. And I'm seeing you're seeing Mr. Beast getting millions and millions, and maybe not even Mr. Beast, but you're seeing someone, small creator, who gets 3,400 views making the same kind of content that you are doing. And you're comparing yourself to them, and then you're stopping, you're giving up. But what you don't see is their entire progress before that. So maybe you're going back and seeing some of their first videos on the channel and comparing yourself to the first videos, and then you see these videos also have thousands of views. But that's maybe because they have had years and years and years on YouTube already, maybe even just a year on YouTube, and maybe they had one hit that made the trickle down, and had all of the other content that they make, the previous content they make, suggested to the same viewer. So stopping too early is something that I've done a lot, and this is my journal entry to myself, to not stop too early. to like not stop too early. And like just regarding the channel focus that I talked about before, the one thing that I started this year, and I'm hoping this is going to work, is every time I have a new idea, as a new subject that I want to make videos about, instead of just fitting it into the channel, then I'm just going to say, okay, if this is something that I want to do, then I'm starting a new channel and then I'm putting videos on here. Because then the idea is here that if I want to keep continuing making videos about, like I'm doing now, YouTube content creation and growing as a small YouTuber, then I'm putting this on a separate channel, because I can, every time I have a spark of an idea to make content for this type, for you guys out there, for and a video that's exactly for you, then I can put this on this channel, and then I know that you might be interested in this video, and then I know everyone who subscribes to this channel is interested in the content I put on this channel. And in the future, I'm going to do the same thing with all of my channels. This might be the worst actually advice that you can do, but I think it's better to separate the content that's clearly targeting a different kind of person on another channel. And that's something that I think is holding back a lot of small channels like mine, is that every time you have an idea, you want to put it on the same channel, and that actually hurts the other content on your channel. So instead, then maybe you have to have 3, 4, or even 7 channels that's small, but in total, those channels can maybe bring in some good side income for you. Right now, my 2 monetized channels last year brought in about $4,500, and those have only less than 3,000 and less than 6,000, just under that mark, subscribers. So that's just, I think that's an incredible amount of money for so small channels. But but just think about, you can have 7 channels like this, and then you can split them up, and 7 times that amount of money could be $14,000 a year. So that's, in my opinion, a good amount of money. Of course, this means that you might never get your silver plaque, or this actually means that you could be getting your silver plaque, because these channels would be for the same audience, and every time they subscribe, and if you subscribe to this channel, you know that I'm going to make videos that's for you, or at least in my mind, I'm trying to make videos that's for you, instead of making videos that's for me. Because the problem is that when I'm creating content now, or have created content earlier, I'm making them for me, and that it should actually be the other way around. I should make content that's for you instead of for me. I know that's maybe hard to do, but that's at least a shift in mindset that I have to. The last mistake that I keep making is that I seem to be afraid of too many views. And I know that this may contradict what I'm just saying, that every time I see a pattern in my videos, that something is working, that I just need to step down that line and keep on that line, I somehow sabotage myself and make a completely different video about something else. I had on my gaming channel the best breakout hit on the game that I've been creating content on for 7 and 8 months. The next video after that, I did the first time ever changed the content on that gaming channel to a different game at all. And now I'm on the journey of going back to getting, instead of getting 5 and 10,000 videos views, or like 3 to 5, and sometimes that breakout hit got like 27 or 30,000 views, but at least all of my other videos got like 2,000 or 3,000, 5,000 views before that. Now I'm getting a few hundred because I did something wrong. So I took maybe my core audience disappeared from that channel. Maybe out of those 6,000 subscribers, I lost the 500 or 700 most dedicated viewers. So I really did a mistake. And I tend to do it as well on my review channel. I made some videos that I know the recipe right now for reviewing a product that will get a lot of views. But I just can't get myself to do it. Somehow I want to do something completely else. And I don't know what that is, what psychological thing that is, but that's something that I need to work on. I know right now that if I do the right recipe of review, showing the product, talking about the product, being very concise about the product, and then keeping the product into something that's under $100 and very concise for a very broad audience, like for all gamers or all work. That could be like headphones that both gamers and home office, or a keyboard at both the gamers and home office, and so on. I know that I get a lot of views on my channel, but somehow for months now, I have not done that. Instead, I started making a video where I stretched at home, and a video about supplements that you can take to have more energy daily. So I don't know what that problem is, but that's something that I'm working on, and maybe that's something that you can see yourself in. I hope that you got some value for this. Thank you so much for watching, and consider subscribing if you are, like me, on your journey to growing on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.